Hello and welcome to today's video. So today we'll be assembling a rocker arm, and this is item number one, the base, and then this is item number two, the arm, and then we have the fulcrum pin, and then we have the bush. Okay, we have the bush. So we'll be assembling four items: item one, two, three, and four. First of all, we'll start by drawing the base. This is the front view and this is the side view. We'll start by drawing the base, the front view, and then the side view for the two. So the first thing to note is that we need to locate the centers. This center over here, we need to locate it. So first of all, how will our assembly look like before we start the drawing, so we can know where to start from. Now, if this is my base, then my bushing, my arm can be fit into this space over here. So this arm over here is going to fit into this space over here, because from here to here is 38 millimeters. The distance between these two lines is 38, and then the distance for the base of the arm is 36. It means that it's going to fit here, and there'll be a clearance of 1 millimeters to the left and right. Okay, so we are going to fit that in, and then the pin will be fitted here to hold the arm to the base, and then the bushing will act like a washer to keep the pin in position, So that's basically how the drawing will look like. So in conclusion, this is how the drawing is going to look like. So when we are starting our drawing, we need to start from the middle, because we're going up a bit. So let's start the drawing. First of all, we locate our center line. So we draw our center line somewhere here in the middle, so that we don't maybe from here to here, throughout in the middle like this. That's where our center line will be. Then we draw another vertical line through the center line somewhere here. So once we do that, the intersection of this line is then going to be the circle over here, the center of the circle for these circles over here. I'm going to start from here. So we have circles, radius, the big one, the radius is 41. And then this one, the hidden one, the radius is 29. So we are going to draw those two circles. So we draw a radius of 41 and 29. A circle of radius 41 and 29. So I stand here, I draw a circle of radius 41. Draw a circle of radius 41 and radius 29. Radius 29. So once I do that, I go back. As you can see, this is our circle and this is another circle. And then the small circles, if you come here, the dimensions have been given on the left, on the side view. So the bigger one is, that's this one, it's going to be diameter 28, and then the smaller one is going to be diameter 22, which is here. So I'm going to draw a circle of radius 14 and radius 11. So a circle of radius 14 and radius 11. I'll stand in the middle and draw a circle of radius 14 and radius 11. So once you do that, you come back, and then we want to draw the base. You want to go down and draw the base. So here, from the center line down is 75. To the base is 75. So I want to draw this line. So I'm going to measure from the center downwards 75 millimeters and then draw this base. So I come here and then I measure from the center over here, downwards. I'm going to measure 75. I'm going to measure 75. So from here to this point, it's going to be 75 millimeters. It's going to be 75 millimeters. So once I'm done measuring that, I can now draw my horizontal line with the help of my T-square through that 75 mark. And what's the length of the base? If you go back and you view the length of the base, you see that the length of the base is 152. That's from here to here, 152. So I'm going to measure 152 divided by 2 is going to give us 76. So 76 to the left and right. And then that is going to be my dimension to the left and right. So I'll measure 76 to the left and then right. 76 to the left and then the right. So I'll measure 76 to the left and the right. So measure from here to here 76. Now once I do that, I measure the same thing to the right. I measure the same thing to the right. I measure the same thing to the right. So to the left and right 76. Then you can see that what the thickness of the base is 12. It's 12. So I go vertically up and I measure 12 and then I join them. So I go vertically up and I measure 12 and I join them on both sides. So I come here to the 76 mark and then go up and I measure 12 millimeters. And I do the same thing for the other side. I measure 12 and then I join them nicely. I join them nicely. So now, once I have this, then I've drawn my base. So when I come, you can see that the web over here is 10. So it means that 5 to the left, 5 to the right, 5 to the left, 5 to the right. So I'm going to measure from the center line, 5 to the left and right, and then draw my line, and then do my fillet for my web. So I'll come here, and then measure from here to here 5, and from here to here to 5. Now once then I do the same thing for this side too. And I'll draw a line from here to join the circle. And the same thing, the vertical line are supposed to join the circle. And I clean here nicely. And I'll make my fillet. I'll make my fillet. So let me make my fillet here. So any fillet you don't know is 3 millimeters. And they've already told you. So 3 millimeters. Make a fillet here nicely. 3 millimeters. 3 millimeters. So you make your fillet nicely. And here too, you do the same thing. So let me delete this so I can make my fillet. Because of the point, this is solid work, so I cannot really make. So you draw your fillet here, three and three. And then you have that nicely as your fillet for the web. Okay, for the web. And I can join my line nicely from here. Okay. So now that I'm done with this side, I come back. I said I can join this line tangentially to this. But first of all, let me do this 38 over here. So this side we have a hole, two holes on the side. So here it's going to be 102. We have in between the holes is 102. Distance from the center of the hole is 102 from each other along the center. So here is 102. So it means that to the left and right, you're going to have 51. 51. So measure 51 to the left and right to get the centers. So I come here and then I measure 51 to the left and right. I measure 51 to the left and right. So from here, 51. Then you repeat the same thing for the right side, 51. The right one, 51. And once you do that, you can draw your small center line through that 51 mark. Nicely like this. Then the same thing for this side too. Nicely like this. Nicely like this. So once you do that, you can now come and then know what is the diameter of the circle over there. It's short. It's 20. Means that to the left and right is 10, 10. The radius will be 10, 10. You measure from the center to the right and left 10, 10 each. You do the same thing for the left and right to get that side. So I come here and I measure 10 to the left and right, to the left and right. I measure 10 to the left and right. Measure 10 to the left and right. Then you draw your hidden line. You draw a hidden line from here to touch here. You draw a hidden line from here to touch here. You do the same thing for the right side. Measure 10 to the right, and then you draw your hidden line too. So that's it. And then the same thing for the right side. The same thing for the right side too. Same thing for the right side. 10, 10, and then you draw a line. Then you do what's on the top there. So you come here. There's a protruded solid round cap over there. That's 38. So 38. So I'm going to measure 38. I'm going to measure 19 to the left and right to draw this side and then come down. So 38, measure 19 to the left and right. So I come here and I measure from here to the left 19. 19. Then we measure 19. The thickness is what? 3. The thickness is 3. So you can see 3 over here. So the thickness of that protruded solid side is 3. So I come here, then I measure 3 to the top vertically. So I draw a line and measure 3. Measure 3. And I repeat the same thing for the right side. Repeat the same thing for the right side. After you draw your 3, right here, repeat the same thing for the right side. And once you do that, you join this side to this side to get your 38. Then you do the same thing for this side too. So 19 to the left and right, and then you join, you go up by 3. You go up by 3. Once you do that, you can fillet this side. You can fillet this side with what? 3. So you come here, before I can fillet, I have to trim off this side first. I'll later draw it, but you don't have to trim, but I have to. But I have to fillet it. Okay. So you fillet this side. But because it's 3, it's not going to be 0.9. Then 3, 3, 3. Because it's very small, you can just what measure 3, and use your hand to nicely do the filleting. Use your hand to nicely do the filleting. Okay. So you do that and you've drawn your fillet for that side. You've drawn your fillet for that side. Okay. Let me clean this one so that it doesn't have it. Okay. We draw a line from here. Yeah. Okay. So you nicely draw your fillet. Okay. So you nicely draw your fillet. Then because I've cleaned and I have to redraw it too. So once you've drawn your fillet, then you are good at that side. So then you are good to go. You are good to go. So let me see if I can trim here. Okay. So you've drawn this protruded side. So once you draw from here to here, this is a tangent. So you just draw a line tangent to this big circle. So I'll come here and draw a line that is tangent to this big circle. So somewhere here, tangent to this big circle. Nicely. Then you want to draw this side piece over here. This one is 12 and 12. So I'm going to measure 12 down and we draw a vertical line. We measure 12 down, we draw another vertical line. And the same thing, measure 12 to the left, you draw a vertical line. And then 12 to the another 12 from that 12, and we draw another vertical line. So we want to get this side. So I'll come here and then measure 12 from here to the down. I measure 12. Then the same thing, I measure 12 from that side too. So the measurement is here, from here to the point. I'm going to measure 12. Then from the 12 to the 12, I measure another 12. Measure another 12. So once I'm done with that, I can draw a faint line, because you're going to clean this line, so make sure they are faint lines. Like I'll draw a faint line, horizontal faint line like this, and do the same thing over here, horizontal faint line like this. And I'll repeat the same thing for the left side. So I'll come here and I'll measure from here to here, 12. With the point and measure 12. Another point and measure 12 from that point. So I'll come here and measure from here to here, 12. And the same thing for this side too. So that will be from here to here with 24, because 12 plus 12 is 24. So it's the same thing. So that will be 24. So they are 12 from each other. 12 from each other. And that one, you draw a vertical line up. Faint vertical line up. Sorry. Up. And then the same thing, you repeat the same thing for the middle one too. Now once you do this, you can see that there's an arc over here. That's making this arc. That's joining the 12 and the 12 together. And that arc, the radius is 58. So the same 58 over. So we're going to draw an arc from here that will cut through the two vertical and horizontal lines with the radius of 58. So I'll come here and then open my compass to radius 58 and draw a circle from here, somewhere here, sorry, somewhere here like this to cut through this way. So that's radius 58, radius 58. See your compass radius 58 and then do that. So once you do that, then you can nicely use your eraser to clean here and here. You clean here too. You don't need this side again. Clean here too. You clean here, here, and here. And then this side too. Then you don't need the lines over here, so you clean them too nicely. This side. Now let's check. We need some lines inside. So look at it. If you look at it, you see that this line is needed and then this line is needed, but this one and this one is not needed. So I'm going to clean this line and leave this one alone. Then these lines are not needed, so I'm going to clean them too. This one is needed. So I'll clean here and I'm going to clean here too. So these are the lines that we need. Lines that we need. And then this arc, this circle 50, 29. You can see that this circle, it doesn't extend. So I'm going to clean this arc too. I'm going to clean this arc too. So I'll come here and then I'll clean this arc over here. Here. So that we can get our lines work. So this is basically the front view. We are almost done with it. So let's go and do the filleting and then we join this one to this one and then we are done. Okay. So here, basically you can see that the arc is 6. Arc over here is now also be 6, 6, 6, 6. The same thing throughout. So I'm going to draw my fillet and then I'll join this and then we are done with the front view and we go to the side view. So I'll come here. Sorry. I'll come here and then make my arc here and here and here. So first of all, arc here. So I make my arc, I have to trim here. So bear with me. Okay. So I'll come here and make my arc. So here, radius 6. So this is radius 6. radius 6. So radius 6, and then also radius 6, and then radius 6. So once you do that, you are good to go, and then you done your arc. Done your arc. So I can let me reattach the circle as well. So once you have this, then you've attached your this one well. Then you can fillet this side too. You can fillet this side. Okay. So you've drawn your front view. There's one last thing to add. We join this point to this point over here. And we've gotten our front view. We want to draw the side view. Once you draw the front view, the side view is just a normal formality that you follow. Okay. So that one you just extend the line. So here I extend this line, and I also extend this line. Then I look for the height. The height is what 125. So you can take a reasonable distance. So let's say maybe you want to measure from here to here. Let's measure 20 or let's say 30 millimeters to the right. 30 millimeters to the right. So that we can start. So start from a reasonable distance and just draw. So I'll extend this line. Extend this horizontal line here. And I'll extend this one too. So once I extend this one, I just pick any point from here. So maybe it should be somewhere here so that it's a little bit okay. And then you draw. Just draw a vertical line down. So from that vertical line, this vertical line is the start point of your side view, which is this line over here. So I'm going to measure from that line to the right, 125. 125 for the side view. So I'll come here and measure 125. 125. So I can clean. Let's fix this. So I'll measure 125. Measure 125 from this point to this point. So 125. Measure 125. Once I do that measurement, I draw a line from here to here to touch this. And that becomes my base. That becomes my base. So now that that's my base, I'm going to let me clean here. Yeah. So that's my base. And I can also clean here and here. And that should be giving me the base of my side view. So from there I can locate the center. So the center will be the middle of 125. 125 divided by 2 is going to give us 60 what? 62.5. So it will be somewhere here. And from that middle line, I'm going to draw my center vertical line. So I'll come here and then can draw my vertical line upward. Right. From here to here. Nicely. So I've drawn my vertical line. I'll draw my vertical line. Starting with the side view, I'm going to draw the side view. So I'll come here. You can see that this one, before you draw most of the things, so you can just extend them. Just extend them. So between the centers of the hole for this one is 76. I'm going to measure 76 today. So 76 divided by 2 is going to be 38. So 38 to the left and right, and I get a centers, and I draw my hole like what we did for the front view. So the same procedure. So I'll come here. I'll come here and I'll measure 38 to the left and right. 38 to the left and right. 38 to the left and right. Once I do that, I draw my center line through that 38 mark. I'll do the same thing for the left and right. I'll do the same thing for the left and right. Only for the left and right. Then we know that the holes, this one is what 10 milli. The radius is 10 millimeter because the diameter is 20. So I'll measure 20, 10 to the left and right also. 10 to the left and right also. So I'll come here. Now measure 10 millimeters to the left and right. 10 millimeters to the left and right. 10 millimeters to the left and right. Measure 10 millimeters to the left and right. So the same thing to the right. And then you repeat the same. You repeat the same. Repeat the same for the other side too. Repeat the same for the other side too. So I'll come here and I'll repeat the same for the other side, for the right side. Repeat the same for the right side. So once you have this, you can come the base. You can see this tray over here. This tray that you drew is the same 38. So we can come here and then draw a line from this tray mark, this top line over here, and draw a vertical line up, a horizontal line through like this with the help of our T square. The help of our T square. Then we just measure 19 to the left and the right, and the same 19 to the left and right, and then we just join it and then do our fillet. And do our fillet. So I'll come here and measure from here to here 19, 19, 19. From here to here 19. Once I do that, I'll join this to this, and then the same thing over here. So you measure 19 and then you draw to the other side too. Then you do the same for the other side, for the right side. So 19 to the left and right, and then you join it down. You join it down. So once you do that, you can nicely clean your lines, clean your lines, and then you draw your fillet, and then you draw your fillet, and then you draw your fillet.